Hey guys, this is Carrie Hicks and I have Coach Sherry with me. And yesterday we did a poll. We had some interesting percentages out there. So we asked you how many of you wanted to reduce your body weight, and that was 32%. How many did we have? About 240?
I think this morning it was like 245.
All right, so that's how many people have voted on this. So 29% of you want to actually boost your energy or your stamina. 20% of you want to improve your sleep, and 18% of you need help with your sex life. Okay, so that is what we are going to be talking about today. So Sherry, I know you have been taking Renew for a while. Can you share with me your testimony?
Yeah, so Renew is not a brand new product for us, but it's not one that we've talked about a whole lot, but I have had the opportunity to take it kind of on and off for the past year or so, and I will be 50 this year, and so all the things that Renew offers absolutely make sense for me just because of my age, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we progress. But for me at almost 50, you know, I get to a point sometimes where I'm just so busy and there's so much on my mind. I have a hard time settling at night. So it definitely helps with sleep.
Right.
I have pretty good energy levels, but you know, as I get older, I do find that I will get tired a little quicker. And so it helps with energy as well too. So I think it just gives me the ability to wake up in the morning and be alert and, you know, ready to
be ready for the day.
Like, yes, tackle the day. So, yep.
So the first time we tried it, I gave it to Tyson first. That's my husband. And I did not tell him what it was or what it was for. I just said, here, drink this and let me know what happens. So the next morning he woke up and he said, I don't know what was in that swamp juice. He calls it swamp juice. He's like, but that was the best sleep I've ever had in my entire life. And I thought, well, okay, that's interesting. I didn't have the issue with the sleep not the issue. I didn't have the best sleep like he does, but he sleeps really easily. And that is actually one of the things that I personally struggle with is sleeping. So I am 45 years old now. And I saw the other day, they were talking about the human growth hormone. So how do you know if your HGH is too low? Well, if you have gray hair, and if you see, I have gray hair.
I color mine, so.
So that is a sign that your HGH is actually getting a little low. So this past week, I was teaching a spin class. I've been teaching spin classes for about 15 years now. And so I went to the class and they were picking on me. It's kind of like my little groupies and same people all the time. And most of them are older than I am. And they were picking on me. They said that my hair was a little bit wider than what it used to be. And then I had to put on my glasses because I couldn't see my playlist. So I had to put those on. And so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Y'all just sit there and you pick on me. Well, what they did not realize is that I have been taking Renew for about 2 weeks now, and consistently, and that's important, is consistently.
Yes, every day.
So the first week that I took it, I wanted something where I could have measurable results. Yeah. And with my spin classes, typically I was getting in about 11.5 miles in a 45-minute period. So last week, after taking the Renew for an entire week, I noticed that my mileage actually went up to 13. And then this past Tuesday, I hit 14.87 miles. Wow. Okay. So that was, to me, that was something very measurable. Yeah. And so that really stuck out. So now I will be the person to tell you. So everybody talks about Renew and how it helps with their sleep. Listening to Deanna and studying with her and Dr. Strand and everything. So there are 3% of the people who take this and it does not help with their sleep. And guess what? I'm one of those 3%. So Sherry had told me, I guess about a week and a half ago or something, she's like, why don't you take it in the mornings? And I was scared to death to take it in the mornings because I'm like, no, because it's supposed to help with your sleep. So if I take it in the morning, then I'm going to be sleepy. Well, that's not the case. I have started taking mine in the mornings, and I have the energy, I have the stamina. Those are really the big things that I have personally noticed.
Yeah.
So, but you can tell the difference with your sleep?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I have nights where I wake up, and when we talk about sleep, it's not always a matter of falling asleep, but staying asleep. So good sleep to me means that I'm not waking up multiple times during the night. I don't mind waking up in the morning without an alarm, which I tend to do. But if I wake up and I look at the clock and it's midnight, and then I wake up and it's 2 o'clock, and then I wake up and it's like 4 o'clock, that's not restful sleep.
Right.
So when I am consistent with taking the Renew, I find that I don't wake up through the night like that. So I have better sleep, I guess. Better sleep.
So Dr. Strand, he always has this quote, and it says, do you want to die young at an old age? And, you know, we are always talking to y'all about, you know, how to be healthy, your healthy lifestyle and everything else. But it gets to the point, okay, maybe we do want to live to 100 years old, but if there's not a quality, who cares about the quantity, you know? So this is something, the Renew is something that has come out in the last year or so. It's really helping people with their HGH levels, which has really become kind of like the anti-aging hormone. So you want to talk about that?
Yep. So HGH stands for human growth hormone. Like Carrie said, it's the anti-aging hormone. This does a lot of things for your body. So it helps to build your muscle and your bone mass. We talk a lot about muscle as part of the next 56 days, just the importance of building that muscle because it replaces fat. And I talk to my clients in the class about just how as we get older, it does get harder to build the muscle, and this is the reason why, because we lose that HGH. Our body doesn't produce the HGH anymore. So decreasing fat improves lean body mass, which is an important part of being healthy as well. Improves insulin sensitivity, so, you know, and blood glucose. I mean, that's our top priority with 56 days is balancing blood sugar. Cardiovascular health. I mean, who doesn't want a stronger heart? For sure. We understand the importance of that as we get older. Hey, better mood. I mean, everybody wants to be in a better mood, feel better, have a better outlook, cognitive function, be able to have, you know, the ability to process information, keep information in your mind longer. Right. All those things are important. We've already talked about quality of sleep, and then improving sexual function. I think that the reality of, when we're in our 20s and our 30s, things are a lot different in that department. And as we get older, we tend to get less interested, and there is a clinical reason for that. And so this helps with that too. Again, it's about consistently taking the product.
Right. So behind us here, you see all these little guys here. So the HGH is actually at its peak level when you are in your 20s, but every 10 years, it actually decreases by about 15%. So right now you see the guy in the 20s there, he's fully covered in blue. By the time you get to be about 55, you have actually decreased your HGH by a third. So it makes a really big difference. So again, how do you know if that HGH has decreased in your own body? If you have gray hair, and I'm not talking about the women who are coloring their hair, underneath all those roots, if you have gray hair, then you probably have the decrease of the HGH, because it's crazy how quickly it happens. So there are causes that will actually cause your HGH to decline. And number one is aging. You know, it's a matter of fact. You know, if you're living, you're going to be getting older. Yeah. A poor diet is going to be huge, and that's why it's very important that you are taking care of yourself and making sure that you're getting the right proteins, the right fiber, drinking the water, staying away from the sugar. All of these things you should already be doing. If you're doing the next 56 days, those should be core things with your diet right now. And it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, of course. A decrease in activity and exercise. So, you know, really kind of think about that. If you are someone who is active and you're exercising, you are going to naturally have a higher HGH than someone who has more of a sedentary lifestyle. Increased stress. Are you stressing out with something going on with work, with your family? I mean, there's a lot going on. Illnesses, all those things will decrease your HGH. The poor sleep patterns will decrease your HGH. Now, personally, when I think of sleep, like what makes me sleep really, really well, and it's not Renew, but if I take the Magna Cal D at night, if I take Restorix at night, then I know that I will have a restful sleep. Yeah, so, you know, there's great supplements that you can take for that too. And also an abnormal hormone stimulation, that's going to decrease your HGH too. So those are things that are just happening with life that will naturally decrease the HGH. So signs of this deficiency, okay, so hair loss, that is a big thing. Dry or thinning skin, and I'm not just talking about winter weather, but a lot of times you'll see older people and it's like, they can just barely hit their arm and all of a sudden, they've got a bruise or they've got a skin tear or something like that. Decreased muscle strength, it is so important, especially for women, to make sure that you are doing some type of strength training. It doesn't have to be with weights or anything, but any type of body weight exercises is a great way to increase your muscle mass, making sure that you're getting in that 100 grams of protein. Your pure nourish shakes, you've got the branched chain amino acids in the Power Boost, and so that's helping to increase your muscle mass too. A decreased bone mass, that's going to be a sign of the HGH deficiency. Maybe you don't have the feelings, you have that decreased libido or sexual function. That is another reason for the HGH. And fatigue, like if you feel tired all the time, you've probably got it.
Yeah. Your blood work, overall, your blood work, your lipid profile.
Your cholesterol.
Yep. Carrie probably can speak into that just a little bit better than I can as a nurse. But if you're going to a doctor regularly and you're having your blood work done, there are indicators that that not only HGH, but just overall things that are of concern,
right.
As far as blood work goes. So
right.
Be aware of that. If you're not getting that done, especially as you get, you don't have to be older to get blood work done.
No,
it's super important to do that.
Everybody needs a baseline.
Yes,
where they are.
So even if you're not going regular, go get that. That way, if something does change, you have something to refer back to. I think that's super important.
Right.
Insulin resistance, along with elevated blood sugar, again, if you are struggling with that, you would know it through your blood work that you are having elevated blood sugar. Increased weight, especially around your waist. If you've been, you guys have all been through the program, we talk about toxins and how your body stores fat in the waist area. Your HGH decrease or deficiency contributes to that. So
right.
if you're carrying a lot of weight in your waist area, that could be a possible HGH
and that's
deficiency
also
too.
A pretty big sign of anyone who is insulin resistant.
Yeah.
They normally will have that belly fat.
Yes,
where that's coming
from. Poor sleep patterns, again, depression and anxiety. All of these things that we just talked about can be signs or symptoms of an HGH deficiency.
Yeah. So I had the other day when I sent that text about my spin class and everything, I had a lot of people send me questions, and one of the questions that I received was, I heard that taking HGH was not good for you, that there was a lot of side effects and everything, and that is very true. And so I want to make sure that you are aware that you are not taking HGH when you take Renew. So HGH is actually synthetic, and even if you were to take it for someone from a legit company or whatever, it's going to cost you between $1,000 and $5,000 a month.
And it's still synthetic.
It's still
that
synthetic.
Doesn't change.
Yeah, and so synthetic means it's fake. It's not supposed to be in your body, and we're all about naturally creating that balance in your body. So someone who is taking HGH synthetically, that's going to be through an injection. So it's going to be an injection, either mainly muscular injection there. And you can't take it by mouth because your stomach acid would actually kill the HGH. So that's the reason why you can't do that. You would have to have shots. But the symptoms or side effects, I should say, to having those injections is muscle and joint pain. That's always going to be a big thing. Headaches, tumors and cancer, so it's actually linked to that, which you definitely want to stay away from. Hormonal imbalances, and also a risk of increase for diabetes. And you will find that it's actually become illegal because athletes used to take the HGH shots, not actually needing it, and they would only do it to boost their performance, which now it's considered doping, and it is illegal to do that. So be careful of that.
And it's expensive. You mentioned that.
$1,000
that's not something that
a month.
Insurance covers, and very expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the Renew that we are talking about now. It comes in a little teeny tiny pack. There's a powder in there. And you actually put this in water, about 4 ounces of water. And I would recommend that you add just a little bit of lemon juice to it. There is no flavor to this, and that is actually done on purpose because it actually took away from the benefits of what was in here. So you never want to make sure that you're taking this with anything that is sweetened, with any type of sugar of any type, which I don't want you doing that anyway. But the lemon juice, lime juice, just throw it back and be done.
Because the taste, I mean, I know the first time I took it, I made the mistake of putting it in a whole bottle of water. And the reason why I say it's a mistake, because it's not the best taste in a whole bottle of water.
Tyson calls it swamp juice.
Like it made the suffering last, like it was longer. But in the beginning, it takes a little getting used to. But honestly, now I put it in as minimal amount of water, and I just take it kind of like a shot. So if you kind of get used to it, and then it's not a big deal anymore.
That is the biggest thing.
I did want to show, Carrie was showing you the little packets here, or we're going to talk about how you can get, so we've got this 5-day trial that we carried the Renew product in a box form. You get 28 of these little packet things. But we realized that, people need to see if it works before they commit to that. So RX did a great job of creating this little 5-day trial. So if you wanted to try this product, you could actually get it like this. It has a tracker in here. You're going to do a baseline. It's a scale of 1 to 10 where you're going to rate yourself on your energy level, your quality of sleep, and your stamina. You do a baseline, and then every day for the next 5 days after taking it consistently, then you will go in and reevaluate so that you can kind of see what's happening. There's some great testimonies. Carrie and I know all of these people personally. Like, we've met and had conversations. I'm Facebook friends with every one of these people, so these are not made up people. These are real people. The science behind it all is also included on this. And this is a great tool right here. So when you get the 5-day trial, it gives the directions how to take it, and everything is right there.
So the biggest thing about this is the fact that you are not putting HGH into your body. The way they have created this, it is actually basically unlocking your body to start making its own HGH again, like it did when you were back in your 20s and 30s.
Yes.
So that is the key concept of the Renew itself.
But it's not synthetic. We are not putting HGH in your body. No, your body's making its own. No,
there's they call it signal booster blends, and so it's got phytobotanicals in it. There's amino acids in there. It's all synergistically working together, basically. Right. I'm not going to go into all the anatomy. You don't want me to. But basically, it's getting your body to perform better. It's getting your body to do what God created your body to do and to begin with before you start getting old.
Yes.
Okay. So there's some health benefits to the Renew, and it's basically the opposite of what when you have the deficiency in the HGA work. But the stronger bones and muscles, that's always going to be a big thing. I can definitely tell. I'm going to keep on talking about spin class because that's where I was able to measure it. Right. But my recovery period with my spin class, a whole lot better. That was a big thing. The improved sense of well-being. Like, when I'm waking up now in the mornings, I just feel like I'm energized. I'm like ready to go. And I can notice last few days, like a lot of times I would wake up in the morning, and me being as, even with my exercise and stuff, I'd wake up in the morning and I was just kind of sore or kind of achy or something. And, it takes me about 5 minutes and then I'm good. And I'm not noticing that anymore. And the improved sleep's also going to be something, increased energy and healthier skin and hair. That's going to be a big deal. So I was listening to a testimonial just last night, and there was a 68-year-old man, had solid white hair, and he's been using the Renew for about 6 months now. And he had pretty white hair. I like white hair, but he had pretty white hair. And in the back, since his
gray hair is like not going away, but like it's
like getting darker.
Yes. So that's a pretty cool testimony too. But
so if you got a baldy in your life, I don't
Yeah,
know.
who knows?
Within a
Who
year,
knows?
they might have some hair.
Yeah. So, maybe you, as we're getting older, maybe you've been married for a long time. Things kind of, Carrie and I were sort of laughing about this earlier. I've been married for 28 years, and you guys have been married
years.
23 years. And things change, seasons change, and we want to get into all that kind of stuff. But, maybe you're looking for something that is going to make you feel younger, okay? This could be the answer for you.
Now, I do want to say something, though.
Okay.
So, on that level there, okay, so if mama or woman, wife, is taking this and the husband is not, okay, so mama's feeling frisky and daddy's not, okay,
Right.
or if dad's taking and mom's not, okay, so you still have to have a balance within
Right.
the relationship, okay, that's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're gonna
I'm
say,
cutting it
yes.
off right there.
Yes.
Okay? So it might be one of those things where you get a pack of, the packs come in 28, if you want to do a pack like that, and you say, okay, you and your spouse are going to share this. You have both of you basically
There
have
is a
2 weeks.
2-pack, and it's a discounted. I was
Okay.
looking over it this morning. There is a 2-pack, and that's probably the reason why.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just saying, a 20-year-old and a 9-year-old, just
Yeah, things are
you got to
different.
have
Yeah,
balance.
things
you
are
know?
different,
So,
yes.
so one of them, you need to make sure that HGH level is balanced on both of you. This is not just for women; it's for women and men.
Yes,
So.
absolutely. Something that got probably most of you guys involved with the next 56 days to start with was, your hope to reduce your weight, release fat, reduce body fat. So it helps with that. Again, cardiovascular health, which is very important, and improved cognitive function.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. All right. So the number one thing that I got messages on the other day is, where can I get this? How much is it going to cost? All this other stuff. So all of your coaches have it, or they have the ability to get it. They don't have it yet. So you can always get with your coach to get that. The 5-day trials that we just talked about. So these are $25, and it's for the 5 days. If you have the RX account and you are on an auto subscription, then you are getting 30% off. So that 28-day supply of that ends up being at $99.95. If you're a preferred customer, or if you want your coach to send you out a link for the 28-day supply, then that goes to $121.50. And then if you are just, like, if I go into Keto Healthy right now and you have
have
these,
the boxes.
you have the box.
Yeah.
And you've also got
We have the
samples.
packs, yep. In Keto Healthy, we have these and the boxes.
Okay,
but-
and so the boxes itself, all of your
143.
stores are going to be selling that at
Yep.
retail, and so that's going to be at $143.
Yep.
So that's the prices there.
So you cannot pick up the 5-day trial online with RX.
No.
This is something that, as coaches, we purchase this in bulk, and so there are several coaches. Just check with your coach to see if they have it. If they don't, they know how to get it, or they may reference, send you to one of us. If we have to ship this to you, then we will need to add a little extra for the shipping cost.
Yeah.
But if like Carrie and I just finished up a live class today, we had somebody here in class that wanted it. She gave us $25. We handed her to the 5-day trial.
And so she's ready for her
Yeah, she's
5-day
ready to go.
trial. She's and make sure that when you get these, that you really use the tracker on there
And communicate with your coach.
Yeah, let us know what it's doing for
I
you.
make sure that anybody I have, well, not just coach, but the person who gives it to you, anybody that I have that does this product, I always ask them to let me know the day they start, because some people have to, they'll delay for one reason or the other. They want to be sure they can be consistent. So I have them let me know, and then I, check in with them, because I want to know what their results are.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. Yep. So that's all we had for you today. We just wanted to make sure that you knew what we were talking about and what it was for and what it was not for. And all that good stuff. So if you have any questions or anything, just feel free to reach out to us, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, and Carrie and I are teaching class together, so we're very excited about the opportunity to be together, physically together every week. If you enjoyed this type of information, if you feel like it's helpful, let us know in the comments. If you want to see more of these videos, we can definitely do more of these on different products. Let us know what you think. If you are currently, we've got quite a few people watching right now. If you have tried the Renew, maybe throw a number 1 into the comments and let us know. That would be interesting. A couple of you guys have jumped on and
we really
off,
haven't talked about, as the next 56 days, we have not talked about it. And I'm always, I don't want to throw something out there unless I have been a guinea pig myself. You know, like I want to see how I react and how a few people around me react before I really start talking about it. So this definitely had a positive experience.
Yeah, so we'd love to do more of these, but we need to know it's something that you guys want from us. So let us know in the comments.
And let us know what you want us teaching, like just little snippets about it, and then we'll kind of go from there.
If you are watching this on the replay, then you know, feel free to still comment. No big deal there. And so hopefully we'll be able to do more of these. Carrie, our class is on Thursday afternoon, so more than likely if we're going live, then it's going to be about this time every week, and we'd love to continue to share with you guys. So
all right, so until next time, y'all, make good choices.
Make good choices.
Bye.